And that time, Roberson in great position to come up with a pick.
Yeah, she was. It's unfortunate for Seattle. They had a great momentum there in that drive. You felt like they were really going to try and pull something off. So, unfortunately, great pick, though, by Roberson. Got about
setback.
4 minutes and
Gallegos
40.
comes on. Guidry in motion. Handoff to Guidry. And
just
really
pulls him
not
through.
a lot of space, but she creates some space before she is polished off by Bryn Hammond. That's going to be a 5-yard pickup out of nothing.
If I were to pick up with like 3 people on her back.
There's a lot of traffic there. Guidry showed me something there. She just kept that late drive going. So back in the lineup is Gutierrez. They have an H back in there. Slot to the near side of the field. Gallegos calling out the signal. Handoff to Gutierrez. Gutierrez gets a good lead block.
Ooh.
Gutierrez now picks up a first down.
Found a great
On that
hole.
sudden burst, she'll get the ball out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. So that was a well-designed play. That's what I said. I thought that San Diego should try to establish the run.
Look at you calling them now, Tony.
It's about time.
It's about time.
I took a lot of swings before we came to that end result. 3:47 to go here in the third quarter. 9-6 the advantage for the Seattle Surge, for the San Diego Surge, I should say, over Seattle.
We'll see if we can get any more offensive scores here by either team. It's been a stale couple of quarters so far.
It's turned into a defensive battle.
Man, a lot of defense.
Handoff once again. This is Gutierrez. Gutierrez squirts free. Gutierrez picks up another first down at the 49-yard line. Boy, she just continued the late drive and another nice run.
I don't know if you caught it, though. Takutau, number 22 on the defense for Seattle, she moves very swiftly. She probably was maybe about a millisecond from tackling her. I mean, amazing.
She's a disruptor, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The defensive end, Takutau. So Gallegos and San Diego are on the move. They're at their own 49-yard line. Got twin slots. Gallegos to throw it, airs it out, and throws it into traffic, batted down, and off the deflection, almost intercepted by Andrene Jones-Lee. They call her Hyphen.
Hyphen.
Yep, number 86 out there. Gallegos just threw that into traffic. There were 3 defenders around the football.
And we are still waiting for the lights to come on out here. You know, a lot of the girls, when you read up on their bios, are talking about playing in parks and playing in the streets with their friends when they were kids. This would be about it. This would be playing in the streets with no lights on.
Yeah, those street lights would come on, around 9 o'clock?
Right. Better get home.
Guidry in motion, and the handoff went to Guidry.
Ooh.
Guidry turns the corner, a cutback, and she'll pick up about 7 yards on that first down carry, or second down carry. This will bring up third down.
Guidry's good for a stiff arm, too.
Well, did you see? Did you see the snap went to Gallegos, and as soon as the snap arrived, we just saw
Dish it off.
that Guidry took the ball out of the quarterback's hand.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good timing there.
Thanks for holding it. Yeah, I actually saw that. I've seen that play a couple times through them.
There might have been a flag. We can't tell. Was there?
Yeah, he just picked
It's
it
a
up.
hold.
Yeah.
It's a hold against the offense against San Diego. So Gallegos is going where? Where was there a hold? So this will bring up a second down and long.
Where was the hold? Where was the flag? You never know. That's what lights are for.
I can't see any flags. I didn't see a flag out there.
I saw him pick it up, so I knew he had to. Oh, lights are coming on.
no lightning, so they might stay on for the
Yeah.
entirety tonight.
They might keep them on today. Got fans trickling in. It's starting to be good little turnout here. Sunrise Mountain High School here in Las Vegas, Nevada for the Best of the West Women's Championship football.
So Gallegos. That looks like Gorella. Is that Gorella out there?
Did she get back in the game?
That's who it looked like. And that pass
I think it is
thrown
her.
high. Incomplete, intended for Jessica Cable.
She's going to keep hurting this shoulder.
Yeah,
And there it goes again.
It is. It's Brianna Gorell. And she's
hurting
holding on
again.
to her
Yeah.
left hand and shoulder area.
Oh, come on,
and
honey.
she went back out there on the field.
You know,
That's
that just,
determination.
it really is.
That's
It show-
absolute determination. Like, you couldn't keep her out of the game. They took off her pads, took off her jersey. and
She
Gorell
probably
just
still
kept
has
fighting
ice.
to try to get back in.
And she probably still has ice there underneath her jersey. I wouldn't imagine. These women's determination, resilience.
Third down and long coming up. Yep, Gorell stays in there. She'll be the lone setback at her own 40-yard line. So here's Tamara Crow. So Crow looks for Williams, throws into traffic, incomplete, and there's a penalty marker down in the backfield. So let's see what this penalty will be about. Still hitting hard out there.
Man.
Both teams desperately trying to win this game, even though it's the consolation final. 26 seconds to go in the third quarter. And we're going to get a personal foul going against Seattle.
That is not the time they need to have this be happening.
So after Seattle gets that big break, right, on the
yeah.
fake punt and the stop, and now a mark-off of 15 yards. And so we're looking at a first down and 25 for Seattle from its own 45-yard line.
Got 26 seconds left here in the third quarter.
I think the team that establishes the run the best or first, I think wins this game. I really do. Because both teams are trying to throw the football, and they're forcing it in so many situations. Crow to throw. Sidearms it,
Out to
slings it out
Wilson.
there, and this one's caught. It is caught by Wilson. And Wilson
Needed
will get
that
back
one.
a chunk of the yardage.
Yes.
As she is knocked down at around the 42-yard line. So this will bring up a second down, and we'll call
12,
let's call it 13
13.
yards. Second and 13.
Just
they
another
pick
one
up
of those.
12?
You know, those are the kind of plays I believe that Adrian Wilson's good for.
Well, Wilson has the
She's
the
got a height advantage. Yeah.
Yes, and she should be able to hang on to those passes. This game will be decided in quarter number 4. We'll flip the field, and it's a 9-6 score at the end of 3 in favor of the San Diego Surge over the Seattle Majestics. These teams are just battling so hard out there, and it's become a really good game.
Right.
And it was a defensive battle there in the third quarter of play. Neither team scored, and a lot of back and forth, but let's see who has that determination and the will to succeed here in quarter number 4.
Well, you know, at the half during the first game, the Majestics were down. I think it was 29-0. They ended up coming back 29-14. So they are only down 3 points right now. I'm sure they have it in them to come back and score. I just hope that they can keep the pressure on themselves to keep pushing forward and hopefully get this win, make a score here in the fourth quarter. Before we're back into play, just a quick note. While I was scrolling through the Seattle Majestics homepage at seattlemajestics.com, I did notice a fellow UW Husky alumni, Todd Stevenson, one of my friends out in Seattle. His photography company was taking some of the pictures for the Seattle Majestics. So congratulations to him, and hopefully we'll see more of the Majestics out there in the future.
So we start the fourth quarter of play. It'll be a second down and 13. Crow to throw. Crow on the scramble. Flushed out of the pocket, and she's going to get knocked down back at midfield. This will be a loss of about 8 yards on that play. So now a third down and 18 to go for Seattle. So the pocket collapses. Crow on the scramble And then Crow finally knocked out of bounds the marker at midfield. Third down and an eternity. They actually need the 30, so it's third down, and we'll call it 20 yards to go.
It's long bomb time.
And who would they throw it to? Wilson?
Wilson or Kustis? She's been, no, not Kustis, I'm sorry.
Crow to throw. Crow picked off. That's going to be intercepted by Guidry. Here comes Guidry, near side of the field. Guidry. And now the cutback.
Oh, and she's gone.
Pay dirt time for Guidry. Touchdown.
Wow.
San Diego Surge on the interception.
Amazing run by Guidry. I'm really feeling beast mode. I'm just saying. Like, I could have felt like a little crotch grab right there as she jumped into the end zone.
Well, that was a big play.
That was an amazing play. Now we got to see if Seattle can come back and try and get back into this game.
That final cutback, as there were two players from Seattle trying to tackle, again, Guidry, Dina Guidry, with the interception out of the secondary. And she just does that cutback maneuver, nothing but open field, and a pick six. Well, that's a big change in the momentum in this game.
It's really going to show for what Seattle can do now.
Long way to go with 10:42 remaining. Going to get a timeout on the field. And yes, another player was shaken up, and that is Melissa Strother, who's down on the near side. I know she lost her shoe. I thought she was holding her ankle, but let's see if she'll be all right, because they need her to kick the football. Yeah, she's hobbling, and that's why they called the timeout, because she wasn't ready to kick the extra point. She'll be all right. It's as though she shook it off. That was a third down and 20 situation for Seattle, and then the big pick, the pick six there by Dina Guidry. 15-6 is your score, with the extra point pending. Just when you thought Seattle was starting to get into the rhythm of this game. Man,
you know, you start to feel for him. Like, you know, he got so close, but now, I mean, there's still plenty of time left. You know, it's a 9-point game, 2 possessions. They can pull this off, but it's going to need to be dedicated. It's going to have to be, you know, precise for the Majestics to make this happen.
So finally, Strother is set. And her holder is Gallegos, if they want to fake it. So finally, we'll get the extra point attempt. Snap back to Gallegos, placement down, kick is up, and that kick is good. So 16-6, the Surge extending the lead. There's 10:42 to go in this game, the consolation game, and the big game ahead between Utah and Texas. That's for the championship. So let's see how Seattle responds after that big turnover. Still a lot of time to go in this game.
A lot of time to go.
Although it was really quiet, became a defensive battle in the third quarter up until now. It's been all defense.
Well, yeah, it's going to definitely, some offense will definitely be needed here on the Seattle side.
Ill-advised pass by Tamara Crow. She has plenty of weapons, though, to get the ball out.
She sure does.
To come up with some big plays. And you don't need it all at once.
The crowd's really starting to fill in the stands here. Getting ready for tonight's championship game.
On our side of the field. Not in the sun side. There's no sun side. Sun has set here in Las Vegas. And it's a beautiful evening, actually.
Man, you couldn't have asked for a nicer night for football, though, really.
this going to be an onside kick?
Of
It is bobbled, and finally it is picked up as Kiki Williams jumps on the football at the 45-yard line.
It's like
A little
put all your
pooch
money
kick
on
there
it.
for Struther.
Put your money on onside.
How many did you count? 5? How many onside kicks have we seen
Oh,
today?
I'd say at least 6 now.
So let's see what Seattle, what the Majestics can do with the football. We told you yesterday about, or Thursday, about Seattle. They have that Under Armour sponsorship. That's big.
And I gotta say, I do love the colorway. If you know me, you know my team, and I'm very familiar with these colors.
So Crow on first down. Throws it, lobs it up, and intended for McCall behind the intended receiver. And they get away with another one there because that pass was almost picked off.
Yes,
in the
it
secondary.
was. But man, if they would have just landed that one, McCall could have had a straight shot to the end zone with that. Just tell the viewers out there on our Facebook and YouTube channels, the feed is still a little hit or miss sometimes. So please just refresh your browsers. Just refresh the browser. Again, we are really close to the mountain range. There's a very significant amount of low signal for everybody in their cell phones and
The weather's
internet.
been horrible here the last few days.
Oh, yeah.
That
Still.
coupled with the humidity and the rain, the mugginess. And
It's one of the few times you've never seen blue skies in Las Vegas, you know?
this is true.
But
You
so
saw
we-
a rainbow. Oh, you saw it too.
Yeah, double rainbow to the
Oh, you
right
saw
earlier,
3.
yeah.
You've got me beat. A handoff straight up the middle. There goes Kiki Williams. Williams. I mean, that just was not fair.
No.
Gutierrez was swallowed up.
She had her 20. Yeah, Takutiao is she's got amazing feet on her. That girl can move around.
She's so athletic, and that was the big disruptor for against Utah.
Mhm.
After the game the other night, you know, we're talking to the Falcons quarterback Louise Bean, and she was like, "Everything we tried to do, number 22 was right there."
Yeah.
So they were forced pretty much, Utah, to run away from her. So we see where Takutiao is right there on the left side of the formation. So they would run straight up the middle. And that's what San Diego tries there. But nothing doing. Another quick stoppage as Gutierrez. Here's Guidry trying to shift in a maneuver, gang tackle after a pickup of 3 yards on that play on the end around.
Just under 7 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Still 16-6 with a surge ahead.
I just try to run the football. We're live from Sunrise Mountain High School here in Las Vegas. It's been raining since Thursday, pretty much on and off throughout the valley. There was a wind advisory today, 60-mile-an-hour winds once again. It seems to be the number these days. It was 60 miles an hour here on Thursday night, along with the rain, the lightning, the wind, everything combined. It forced a 2-hour delay. And San Diego got the worst of it, 47-0, shut out for the first time in their 8-year history. Gurrell is met head on. Gurrell's going to be slow to get up again.
I don't know how she's
Jeez.
doing it.
And that a big tackle there was made by Jackie McCall. Gurrell is down.
McCall's been everywhere, first of all. Let's go back to her. Offensively, defensively, amazing stuff at McCall.
So
Unfortunately,
like what hurts? My left shoulder.
yeah.
Still.
Yeah, still the shoulder that it's been paining me that I've had ice on. I'm sure there's ice somewhere underneath her jersey right now, if it hasn't melted already. You know, if there was
There will be a lot of ice on the ride or flight back to San Diego. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
rest assured.
Jeez, I can only imagine.
They had a really good
Dedication.
weekend here, these teams.
Mm-hmm.
Full weekend. That's got to be it for Gurrell tonight.
I
To
mean,
let her back in the game. I know she wants to play. She's got a huge heart, but that's got to be enough.
And that's just the dedication of these ladies in this league. I mean, they're wanting to go all for it. You know, they're putting their bodies into it like nobody else. They're not, you know, it's not like they're getting compensated necessarily. They're just trying to be out here on this field to play competitively with equally competitive teams.
Yeah. Take the jersey away from her. Take the shoulder pads off. And
Tony's playing coach now.
Yeah, let's start with the ice here.
Yeah.
Back to the trainer's table.
Get her out there on that table, yeah.
A lot of ice.
Oh, man.
Yeah. She's wincing in pain now, Gurel.
No sleeping on the left side of the bed, on the left side of her body for her. That's, man, painful.
Gutierrez is back in there. Cable to the near side. Gallegos looked in her direction. She pulled it back, and then the pass was caught. And that'll be a reception on the near side of the field. I think that was Lanika Manning who hauled it in.
Well, you know,
after the short gain, it'll be a 4th down and 2.
Back to Gallegos. I mean, we're now almost ending the 4th quarter. She's been playing the entire time. She hasn't had a break. She's still running at full speed. These ladies' determination is amazing. 15 years playing football, and she's still going strong, and she's going strong to the very end here. A lot of these girls are really, you know, amazing.
With under 5 to go in the game, this would have to be perhaps the last chance for Seattle and his defense to rise.
Got to make a stop.
Gallegos on a 4th down and 2. They said Kidry in motion.
Wow.
And Gallegos
and still gets the play
out
off.
of bounds, but we have San Diego running out of downs.
Chelsea Neal just basically
planted her.
Yeah.
I'd say. But
she
Gallegos
just followed the
so
ball.
Strong.
It
and
was
she was able to throw the ball away. So they're looking at a grounding call here.
It looked like
and Gallegos is hurt.
Oh, wow.
Oh, brother.
Spoke too soon.
Yeah.
Well, she literally completed the pass with Hill on her back. I mean, you know, it looked like almost as though Hill had hiked the ball to her herself, the way how fast she came through the line.
Offsides on the defense. Did not see that one
Probably
coming.
on Hill.
Exactly.
She had
so that is a big break
for
San Diego. I thought that they were going to call intentional grounding or, you know, to the...
Well, you know, Hill broke off. I mean, she was out there before I think the offensive or the defensive line had moved.
It's not a mistake you want to make on a fourth down situation.
2. And not when you're down by 10 and you need the ball back.
So it's a 1st and 10. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line of San Diego. And now Gallegos is really good at milking the clock. Going nowhere fast, and movement on the left side of that offensive line. Nicole Tanuas moved, so she flinches first. The false start against San Diego. And so they mark off the penalty. And a 5-yard mark off. So Gallegos will start things over again. Puts the ball into the gut of Gutierrez. Gutierrez moves the pile forward, gets back to around the original line of scrimmage. So a pickup of 5. Clock winding down with 4:20 remaining. 16-6 your score in favor of San Diego. I can't think of a better matchup in the championship game than that offense, that option attack of Utah, the Falcons, against that defense of the Texas Elite Spartans, which have not allowed a point the entire season.
Coming up next after this.
Good tease. Gallegos. Guidry in motion. Guidry on the sweep. Guidry on the
Beast
cutback.
mode.
Guidry stood up. She is hammered. And the first player there defensively I saw was Christina Bell Robinson from the defensive side. This will bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it about 8 yards to go.
Look like Holly Coast
We have a
just
timeout,
had some.
a timeout for Seattle and the Majestics. 3.5 to go in the game, and again, this could be another big play.
Well, yeah, they got to do something here. It's time's running real thin for a 10-point lead or a 10-point deficit.
Yeah, they took the shoulder pads away from Anna Gurel.
Yeah, jersey's off. She's probably got like about 10 more pounds of ice sitting there on her shoulder.
Yeah, arm is in a sling.
Much respect to her and
a lot
her
of
effort.
respect.
Jeez, I mean, the way that she's we're looking at her limp around right now, and I just couldn't imagine the pain right now. But she put her heart into it. Heart, body, arms, all that.
Yeah, Gurel knocked out of the game, shoulder injury early on. Comes back on, 3 other occasions. One time they put her in the backfield as a blocking back, and she gets smacked in the shoulder. And then she was polished off the last time on the carry, and that was it. That was it. She was met head on by the Seattle Majestics. All right, so we are ready to resume action on a 3rd down and 7. Three down lineman. Gallegos is going to air it out. She's going to look long, and they wanted a flag on the near side.
No flag.
But no flag. That pass was just overthrown downfield, and back in coverage we saw Julia McComas. So this will bring up 4th down. And we see a punting unit come out on the field.
No, is there one?
Absolutely. I see Melissa Struther out there. So 3:24 remaining.
So basically it takes to be in the last few minutes of a game to not take the 4th.
I feel like the press box was
wobbling a little bit. Yeah, I don't feel like the wind's even that high.
Earthquake?
So
Gosh, what was that?
I mean, there are a handful more people in the stands. Maybe there was
There's
some
Struther.
commotion.
She gets this punt off, and it is
Out of
high. It's going to
bounds.
bounce out of bounds at around the 13-yard line as Belle Robinson was back deep to receive the punt.
Well, it's do or die time for the Majestics. I mean, down by 10, you've got...
That was a heck of a punt, and Struther is still wobbly from being knocked down earlier. She got hit again.
Oh, it's probably a
Warm
good
up
thing
the
this
San
is the
Diego
last
bus.
game.
I mean, this team was depleted, and they just keep coming back. And the heart that the San Diego Surge has shown in this game is exceptional. Really is. Take nothing away from Seattle, but just the effort. And again, the fact that they were shorthanded, we counted 23 players suited up for tonight's game. And they're down, about 3 or 4 after the kickoff. And that's why Gurel just kept going back in, and she wanted to play. The coaches couldn't hold her back. So here's Crow. Crow swings it out. Incomplete, intended for Kiki Williams. So that ball just fluttered out of there, and Williams couldn't catch up. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. So the clock stops with 3:10 to go. 16-6 your score in favor of the San Diego Surge. So the Majestic, they played in the Women's Football Alliance, and now they move to the IWFL, the International Women's Football Women's League. And so how many teams would you like to see play competitively?
It would be nice to have a good, I think we heard from the Texas owner, it'd be nice to have a good 6 to 10 solid teams that will...
That's Belle
nice.
Robinson with a reception after she juggles it on the near sideline. She steps out of bounds, picks up a 1st down.
We're seeing 4 teams here this weekend, and these are the top 4 teams of the West. There's not a whole lot of competition because most teams, like we have heard before, are either forfeiting or they're getting completely blown out. So it would be nice if there could be some kind of steady, consistent league that has good leadership and that can be able to have some kind of, underlying, some rules that are followed across the board for all the teams. Good 6 to 10 teams to start with, It'd be nice to have some sort of link that I would love to see a team here in Las Vegas.
The Showgirls?
The Showgirl. Please get a
The
new
return
name.
of the
Let's not
Showgirls.
have the Showgirls out there in Naked
This
City.
Crow looking to swing it out, but
Uh-oh.
Williams was picked up.
Nice.
And she throws downfield. That's Rachel Woods with the reception. And Woods with the first down. We're going to get a face mask tacked on top of that.
This could be what they needed. Will it be too late? It's 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Majestic's down by 10.
And that penalty against Dina Guidry in the secondary. Reception was made by Rachel Woods. So Woods was the starting quarterback a couple of weeks ago. Tamara Crow was out injured, but she came back, and so they find a spot for Woods. So quarterback to quarterback connection there, and that's a big gainer. Tack on the 15 extra yards, and we've got Seattle in business. So you're down by 10. If you get in a field goal range, do you try to kick a field goal and then you just need the touchdown, or just try to score? I'd say score whatever
Just try and
points
score.
you can right now.
Yeah, score whatever you can right
2:06
now.
to go. and you
Clearly
need 2
kick it on
scores.
an onside kick.
We need another onside
Another
kick.
onside
so score.
kick.
You know
Oh.
what this time is? It's
Yeah.
probably going to be Adrian Wilson time.
I'm all for it.
She scored a touchdown on the last possession of the game for Seattle on Thursday night in that loss. Pass near side. Wow.
Nice
McCall with the
hands.
reception. She gets blasted.
Yes, she did.
I mean, she was just blasted in the secondary. Is that Deuce Reyes?
Oh. Couldn't tell.
We're going to get a timeout.
Oh, it looks like a little rain. A little bit of rain.
Yeah, that was a player defensively, not on our roster. Sorry.
Yeah. Not to mention the jerseys. Dear coaches and NFL, or I'm sorry, women's FL executives, some of these jerseys are really hard for us to read.
I don't think, hell, we've got the coolest jerseys in the league. Yes, you do.
Yes.
No one can see
But
your
can anyone
numbers.
read the numbers?
Yes. That's why I like the Seattle uniforms, the white
Clear.
jerseys and the green numerals. It's
I
really
mean,
nice
the
look.
Surge could easily had some white lettering on here, but chose to go with the exact same color but reflective of the actual jersey.
Yeah, and you have to be looking at the reflection at a certain angle to kind of pick that
Yeah.
up.
It's
Oh, I
difficult
can
for
finally
us.
see. Oh, that's Lauren Davis out there.
Oh,
Number
there
4.
we go.
Minute 38 remaining in the game. And it'll be a second down and about 6 yards to go for Seattle. You've got to show a sense of urgency here and try to get a couple of scores.
I'm looking at Gorell again on the sideline. This girl, she's carrying
What an
around her
inspiration, huh?
jersey. Like, she's like,
Like,
I just
she's
want to
like, I
get
just wanna get
one more down.
one
Just
more rep
one
in there.
more.
That's it.
God, you got to love that dedication, boy.
Williams in the backfield. And that pass was caught and then dropped. McCall had the football. She went to move with it and started to run. She dropped the ball. Minute 33 to go. It'll be third down for Crow. Crow steps up in the pocket, throws it long. She's hit as she was thrown. And it's incomplete, intended for McCall. McCall actually didn't see it, and the ball was thrown into double coverage downfield. So here we go, fourth down. There's a minute 29 remaining. Seattle is trailing by 10. You have time to huddle up because the clock has stopped, and so they'll take the opportunity to do so. Kyla Hall shuttling into play. Twin slots. Now or never for Tamara Crow. You don't need it all. Just have to try to pick up a first down. She looks for the swing pass. She gets it out there. And that's Williams.
Kiki.
She dodges one defender. And she'll get hammered out of bounds short of the first down marker. And that'll just about do it. The Surge are going to hang on to win this game with a minute 18 remaining. They'll just have to take a knee. Such gutty determination on the part of the San Diego Surge. Can't say that enough.
They've really outdone themselves today, and like they mentioned earlier, this might be very well their last game as a team, and so to come back out after being blown out, 47-0 just a short while ago.
Struther hobbling off the field, like just about every player that's left on the sideline is nicked.
Yeah. Give it up to these ladies. They've definitely put forth the effort.
Little helicopter flyby.
We are so close to Nellis Air Force Base. I'm surprised we haven't heard a bunch more,
So Gallegos takes a knee. 16-6 should be your final.
And here comes Melissa Gallegos coming off the field. Probably a very emotional time for her.
So they take out Gallegos so that she gets a nice and well-deserved hand from the crowd. Did you say 15 years she's been playing in the league?
Yeah, 15 years, and this could be the last game for the Surge. So it's probably a pretty emotional time for her as well as the rest of the team right now. But she went out there and she played the entire time up to this point.
Again, the victory formation. That should be the final play of this game. Melissa Ferris, it has been a blast working with you.
Tony, it's been amazing.
So much fun. I
really
hope that they come back, the women's football league comes back to Vegas and plays again. The championship game upcoming, but it's been a great time. Thank you.
It would be amazing to see more games here for sure. And that's it.
So the final score, once again, the San Diego Surge victorious in what could be that franchise's final game, 16-6 over the Seattle Majestics. Stay tuned. We're going to have the championship game coming up in the Best of the West Women's Football Championship. It will be the Utah Falcons against the Texas Elite Spartans. It comes your way very soon. Stay tuned right here.
Okay.
Where are we going? She's taking it. She's going on a white.
On my way out of here. I'm doing, I guess, an interview with somebody on the way out.
Oh, you are?
So,
Apparently.
Thank you.
It's Texas Spartans.
It's nice meeting you.
It's Texas Spartans. The Atlanta team, Texas Spartans.
Texas Elite Spartans?
Texas Elite Spartans.
Yeah. Why are they wearing dark numbers on a black jersey? This is absolutely horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. Like, I can't even see what the hell. We don't have any way to have a monitor or something, do we? Shit. I can't see the numbers. Like, I've got to look through here, and it's like, yes. To throw, incoming. This is a joke. Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness, it is so hard. Can you? Can you see it? Not even with your camera. Yeah, if I had a monitor, I might be able to see, but they don't even have a Yeah. Oh, I can see, but by the time I get it set.
Speeds, whenever you're ready.
Hey, and welcome back. My name's Melissa Ferris. We're here at the Best of the West Women's Championship football game. We had the first game of tonight was with the San Diego Surge, who did beat and overcome the Seattle Majestics tonight. I'm here with Deanna Gildry. Amazing, Dina. I'm sorry, my bad. Let me just look. So you can cut, right?
Yep, and you can keep rolling if you like to, or do it again.
So welcome back here with Dina Gildry, and all I can say is that watching you from up above, all I could say was beast mode. You had an amazing move tonight. You guys came back and won. Tell us about what it felt like to know that you had such a tough game on Thursday night, early Friday morning actually, and then to come back here and to win again.
It was really tough. Everyone knew it was going to be really hard to play 2 games in 3 days. Everybody was really sore, but it's one of those games where a lot of us, it's going to be our last game. So we wanted to put it all out there, and you suck it up. You do what you need to do. You get out and warm up. You do the rehab. You do everything you need to do to just get out here. And then once you get going, it's adrenaline, and you want to do it for your team. You want to do it for the win.
And well, I know that you guys have never lost 2 in a row, so I know you guys didn't want to make that happen tonight here in Las Vegas, but what can you say about the team itself, considering that this may be the last game for you guys as the San Diego Surge? What does that mean for you?
It means so much just because we had such a small team this year, very small. I think there were 22 here, and we had a lot of rookies. So it's not the same Surge team that a lot of people are used to seeing, but we still have the heart of the Surge. And I think it's important to show everyone that even though we're not the same exact team, that powerhouse that everybody's used to seeing, that we're still the same. We have the same heart. We still have the same drive. We're still the Surge.
And speaking of heart, number 31, let's talk about her. She literally hurt her shoulder, I think, maybe about 4 or 5 times and kept on playing. Is that how the mentality is here for the Surge? Have you guys always been just kind of, I know the injuries have prone your team a little bit this year. So to come out here and to keep on playing, what does that mean for you guys?
That's everyone, and actually that's our rookie. So for our rookie to that, she picked up on the veterans. Like, everyone has an injury. You never play 100%. Everybody knows that. You never play 100% in football. But to get out here and have injuries, we have people, especially playing 2 days ago, you have people with really fresh injuries. And you suck it up. And I'm glad she did that because it shows that that's what we do. And everything that the veterans do, it trickles down to the rookies. That's how it should be.
Before we let you go celebrate with your team, is there anything else as far as what do you guys have on the outlook for the future for you guys? Is there anything that you guys have been working on? Do you know what you're going to do? Is there any moves for you guys for us to play in the future?
You know what? I have no idea. That's the honest God truth. I don't even know what I'm going to do. This is probably my last game too.
Okay.
So we're just going to enjoy it right now. You know, party it up tonight. Enjoy each other's company.
Enjoy Vegas
and
while you're here.
And just we got 6 months.
Well, again, congratulations on the win.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you,
so much.
thank you, thank you. And that's it. We'll be back right next with the championship game coming live with the Utah Falcons as well as the Texas Elite Spartans.
And clear.
Excellent. Good hustle. Good hustle.
I am rolling, so whenever you're ready.
All right, we're coming back here with the San Diego Surgeon.